Hello, this is Ryan Mazuka, and it's time to talk about what's going to happen on the 516 and onwards. Because 515 they kind of cut off, no cliffhanger. It's almost like it was a conclusion to an arc or something. This first part of the Quincy invasion arc, it's like it's been closed, and now we're going to enter the next part soon because there was no cliffhanger or anything. It was just he's saying that we gotta get straightened out, and now we gotta prepare for the worst to come. So it's like this first thing has been closed, and we're gonna have a new things of new unraveling secrets for this next coming arc that's got to happen. But what is it we want to hear? The first thing we want to know is Yuryu's secret. Ever since Courage came along and started mentioning Courage and Yuryu being better than him, we've been speculating. We've seen a whole bunch of speculation that Yuryu just pretty much has more than meets, like a transformer. Yuryu is more than meets the eye. We don't know if he's a sleeper agent, if he's a true threat, true leader of the Quincy's, and that he really does hold a grudge against them, and maybe he suppressed some of his true powers, which is why he'll be above Courage. We haven't seen him use Blood Vein, or at least we don't know if he's been using Blood Vein. We don't know if he's full Quincy or if he's have part Quincy blood or why he hasn't been using his abilities or anything. But the most important thing is Iryu has a lot of secret, and we're ready to find out what that secret is. Unfortunately, with how the plot's going, we don't look like we're going to find out that answer anytime soon. We might find it around the time Ichigo start finding answers, either before or after. Right now, it's leaning that Ichigo's going to learn his secrets before we learn about Iryu's. But we might learn about it more, because if it's going to involve Ishin's past, it's most likely going to involve Ryuken's past, and thus that's going to give us more thing about Yuryu and what his purpose is and why he's stronger and why he seems to be holding back. Because if he's stronger than Courage, and Courage was pretty much defeating people that we don't think Yuryu could have beaten, we're like, what Yuryu, where you had? And he stayed back, so he's like far away from all the battles right now. And he's like he just chilling in the real world, maybe just getting on with his life. Alright, number 2. Aizen. Is he really a villain? Yes, he's been causing all this havoc, fighting Soul Society, but Soul Society's always been having this crude history all along that's probably been manipulated by the king, who's probably select these Central 46 figures that plays political games, hiding their mistakes, as if they're trying to hide from the Zero Squad, because there's probably a threat if they're not able to keep the balance. And if they're showing a lot of exposable records of how failure that are, and the king ever wanted to, go look and see how things are going, you probably won't be able to see all the mistakes they do, which is why they hide so much. There are supposed to be balances of the peace that the king has set. And the Zero Squad is, I guess, a squad that the king keeps personally, just in case things get out of hand. Which is why Bach said we gotta go before the Zero Squad comes. We just needed to do a little damage, come back, and we'll come back later and finish the job or whatever. I thought he was just gonna leave the job, let his men take the blow, and then they sneak attack and take out as many Zero Squad as they can. Because essentially they're the strongest people. And the Stern Reader is just one of their best platoon for inflicting damage. Which is why I thought they brought the foot soldiers in to finish up on damages. They took a lot of damage to Soul Society and whatever. Now the other main thing is, who's the mystery guy that saved Urahara, Orihime, and Chad and friends? The little hollow things, if you wonder who friends are. And you could think it's Grimjo or Nell or whoever, but I think it's Ishin. Right now, Ishin will be the best bet, because if him and Urahara gets together, they're going to examine this Quincy thing, and then they're going to be thinking about Ichigo, which is going to lead us to learning some teaser information about who Kurosaki is. They're going to at least mutter some stuff and says, and then it makes me think of Kurosaki's mother and either his grandfather or his relationship with Juha, whatever that is. I'm not going to make any really serious speculation. He could be the father, the real father. He could be the grandfather. He could have just been someone who put something in Ichigo, which makes him somewhat of a seed of Ichigo, because he has some personal thing put in Ichigo that's sleeping inside of him that he will exploit later, which is why he believes so confident that Ichigo is going to join their side. Which also leads me to the true final battles. Right now we got Quincy's versus Shinigami and Quincy's versus Hollows, but right now Hollows are being manipulated by the Quincy's. Some of them seem to be okay with it because they receive some type of power from the Quincy's so that they can fight. But the interesting thing is, I think that the true final battle is going to be the Quincy's, Fullbringer, Shinigami, and Hollows versus the Zero Squad and the King. I don't trust the King and the Zero Squad. The fact that they've been held out, not really been doing jack, is like they are the one, a last contingency plan. Is that when everything in the balance of the world does not seem to be going well, these Quincy's trying to take over and Soul Society completely failing in its job, they might first come in and they be all friendly with Soul Society like they're going to help because they're going to want to use the Soul Society to further their goal. What is their goal, you say? There is only one goal that these type of people with power complexes do. We're going to wipe out the Soul Society world, the Shadow world, the world in between, everything. Let's just obliterate it, start over, make a new world, create a new cycle, and get it right this time, because fixing it is just too much freaking trouble. So we're just gonna freaking eliminate it, kind of like the whole Naruto thing where they know this world sucks, so the only way to make it better is to start over and make a new better world with all our visions of what a perfect world should look like. So that's what they're going to want to do. And of course, no one's going to like that. Meaning that Quincy's, Fullbringers, Shinigami, Hollows, whatever, they're going to have all their contingency plans. But if they stay separate, there's no way they're going to win. And there's only one person that will be able to bring them all together. And that's the one who's been slowly been friends with them all. He's made friends with the Shinigami. Despite their thinking of him initially, he became friends with Hollows. And they seem to be warming up to him quite nicely, even if they want to fight him, but they still beginning to respect him. Fullbringers, the ones that are left, they've gained respect for Ichigo. I mean, he was his friend, part of their group. Now he's a Quincy. He already has Uyu as a friend, but eventually the Quincy's obviously want him. So that means he has Quincy's. All four of the mega powers, Ichigo has a significant relationship with him, meaning he's the only one that can lead them with this all or nothing response. And I do think another thing about the Zero Squad is a lot of those heartless members of the original 13 squad that was with him, I think they went on to be the Zero Squad, because if they were the most beasts that as Juha Bach suggested that they were, and ruthless, they probably would be the perfect thing for the king to have in his little special military for his contingency plan, because they will probably have no problem with exterminating this world. And they're separate, and they're probably kept in a separate place from both of the worlds, so they won't build any further attachments. All their attachments will probably be ripped apart from them. From Hiyori's, and I mean, Hiyori's disappeared. I don't even know if she was put there by the thing and letting know what was going to happen. Maybe her former captain that had some, but the thing is warning her about it, and that's why she's not been shown much. And she's gonna have to come in and let everybody know, eventually come back at some point and let us know that the Zero Squad is really our enemies and they have another agenda, destroy everything. And we're just gonna force everyone to come together to face these guys, because we know the Zero Squad is they above captain level. The current captains, they cannot defeat them. They're weak. They're pathetic. Even Kyoryu, Yunahana, and all the old ones that we know that are strong, they're not gonna be much, because all these Zero Squad, they are captain level, who were so good that the king felt that they were Zero Squad potential. These people are all on the level of captain commander, if not, and some of them are probably even better than the captain commander. The only reason the captain commander is not there is because someone strong had to stay behind and keep Soul Society, and the captain commander was the peace. He was the keystone and the main pipeline to this king, because he pretty much had all the secrets and he got blown away. And I don't know if those secrets was revealed through Juha Bach. I think everybody's really after the king. That is the main problem. I know I went on for a long time, but this was just such an amazing chapter that I really felt that there was so much to go, especially this final battle. And that means that the final battle of this series is going to be the king versus Ichigo. And I'm going to put my... Now I ain't going to put my mouth where my money is. But that's gonna be my main guess, and I'm not gonna leave it until story otherwise says differently. And if it's that, I can see this gonna be a very long arc because we gotta get through these Quincy's, and then they're gonna have to have. It's gonna take chapters for them all to decide they're gonna work together to fight the Zero Squad and the King. This is the only way that this story can get any better. Right now, I don't really. Right at this immediate thing, I have no idea of how Kubo is gonna order things, how this Quincy stuff is gonna go, what other elements are we gonna come up with, any other beings? Maybe the Shadowverse have some type of shadow creatures too that's intervened and giving them information and stuff. I don't know, and I apologize for the long-winded explanations and talking. But if you like this video, like, subscribe, thumbs up. I want to hear your comments. What do you think is going to be the future battles? What do you think is your secret? Do you think Aizen is really a real villain, or maybe just a misunderstood good guy? Or who do you think the mystery is? Mystery guy is, or mystery guy or gal is that saved Yuri and his friends?